Close your eyes. Asterisk, take a slow, deep breath and let it out softly. Asterisk again, deeper now. Asterisk, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Asterisk, let the thoughts of the day melt away. Like ice on a summer porch. You're going somewhere peaceful now. Back in time. To a quiet town by the sea. It's the summer of 1956. The hum of a classic car engine fades as you arrive at your destination. Asterisk, a small town called Willow Bay, tucked away along the east coast. Asterisk, the tires roll gently over cobblestone, then sand, and you park beneath a tall pine tree that sways lazily in the breeze. You've rented a cottage here for 2 weeks. A place with no clocks, no phones. Asterisk, just you. The ocean and the soft hush of life moving slowly. You step out of the car, the scent of salt water, pine, and something sweet, maybe honeysuckle, fills the air. Asterisk, the sun is still high, but gentle now, casting a warm golden glow over the porch of your cottage. Asterisk, its whitewashed walls look a little worn, but cozy. The wooden stairs creak under your feet as you make your way inside. The door swings open with a soft sigh. Asterisk, there's a screen door behind it. The kind that slams shut with a familiar clap if you let it go. Asterisk, inside, the cottage smells of old books and sea breeze. Asterisk, there's a small fireplace in the corner, a bookshelf half filled, and a woven rug faded from sun. Your suitcase lands gently on the hardwood floor. You look around, smiling. This is exactly what you needed. You open the windows. Curtains flutter in the breeze. And from here, you can hear the waves, soft and steady, calling from down the hill. You don't unpack. Not yet. Asterisk, instead. You step back out, down the porch, and follow a narrow path lined with seagrass. It winds gently toward the beach. Seagulls cry lazily above, and the crunch of your shoes over the path becomes rhythmic, like a meditation. Asterisk, after a few minutes of walking, you see it, the sea. It stretches endlessly, painted in shades of blue and grey and gold. Asterisk, with flecks of sunlight dancing like diamonds. The beach is wide and quiet. A few children build sandcastles near the lifeguard stand. Asterisk, an older couple holds hands near the water, their silhouettes gently swaying with the tide. You take off your shoes. The sand is warm, soft, fine, and welcoming. Asterisk, each step presses gently beneath your feet, grounding you in this moment. Asterisk, you walk slowly toward a bench beneath a crooked tree. Asterisk, it's weathered and old, like it's waited just for you. You sit. A soft sigh escapes your lips, the kind that only happens when the world around you finally lets go. A gentle breeze lifts your hair. Somewhere far behind the dunes, a dog barks happily. Closer, the waves move in and out with perfect rhythm. Inhale the salt air, exhale the weight of whatever you left behind. You look around and see the lighthouse, just barely visible on the far cliff. Asterisk, its light is not on yet. It doesn't need to be. Asterisk, the sun is still watching over the sea. You close your eyes, and the world fades even further. Asterisk, you imagine you are a child again. Asterisk, back on a summer trip with your family. Asterisk, eating sandwiches wrapped in paper, your fingers sticky from jam. You remember the old transistor radio your dad would bring, the soft crackle of big band music mixed with seagull cries. It was a simpler time, and somehow, this place still lives in that simplicity. Asterisk, here. No one hurries, no one shouts. Even the waves speak in whispers. You open your eyes slowly. A soft smile plays across your face. Asterisk just then. An old man with suspenders and a straw hat walks by with a fishing pole. Asterisk, he nods, tips his hat, and continues down to the rocks. There's something timeless about him, like he's walked this same path for decades. The breeze picks up slightly. You pull your cardigan tighter, asterisk, and decide to head back to the cottage, just for a moment to get your journal. You take the long way back, past the small bakery with the red door and white lace curtains. Asterisk, you peek inside and see a woman placing a tray of fresh rolls on the counter. She glances up and smiles. Tomorrow, you'll come by for breakfast. Asterisk for now. You keep walking. There's a little record store tucked between two closed shops. Its sign hangs crooked. Asterisk, you can hear faint music playing from inside. A slow jazz number, smooth and lazy. But your journal is waiting. You reach your cottage. Again, step inside and pull the old leather-bound notebook from your bag. Asterisk, its pages are blank. Inviting. You grab a pencil and return to the porch. The sun is starting to dip lower now. The sky turns golden at the edges, and the first stars begin to consider showing themselves. You write slowly, not about anything important, just the feeling of the breeze. Asterisk, the way the sun hits the porch rail. The sound of distant laughter near the shoreline. Time passes like honey, thick and golden and slow. Asterisk, eventually, the breeze cools. The lantern beside your door begins to glow. You go inside, light a candle, and run a bath. Asterisk, the water is warm, filled with sea salt and lavender. Asterisk, you sink in slowly, letting the warmth soothe every muscle. Asterisk, outside, the waves continue their slow rhythm. Asterisk, when you step out of the bath, the moon is rising, a silver coin in the sky. You change into soft pajamas and sit by the open window. Asterisk, from here, you can see the path leading to the beach. Asterisk, and beyond it, the gentle curve of the sea. Asterisk, there are no cars, no phones, no television, just this moment. You sip warm milk from a chipped ceramic mug. Asterisk, then walk back to your bed. A soft, old thing with a handmade quilt. It smells of lemon soap and sun-dried cotton. You lie down, pull the quilt up to your chest, and close your eyes once more. Asterisk, the waves outside your window lull you. The wind whispers through the trees, and your last thought before sleep finds you is this: you are here, you are safe, you are home, if only for a little while. Asterisk, in a quiet town by the sea. In the gentle embrace of 1956, sleep now. The morning sun spills across the wooden floor of the cottage like a soft golden blanket. Asterisk, you stir gently in bed, wrapped in the quilt that smells faintly of lavender and sea salt. Asterisk, the room is quiet except for the soothing rhythm of waves outside. Your window won the distant call of a seagull greeting the day. No alarm clock rings, no traffic hums, just the gentle unfolding of a new morning by the sea. You take a deep breath. The air is cool and clean, filled with the scent of ocean breeze and pine wood. Asterisk, you sit up slowly, stretching your arms. Asterisk, a shaft of morning light touches your face, warm and comforting. Asterisk, it feels like the kind of morning you've always dreamed of, the kind they write about in old books, unhurried, gentle, and full of possibility. Your feet find the floor. The old wooden planks creak softly beneath you. Asterisk, you pad barefoot into the small kitchen. where a simple kettle sits on the stove. Asterisk U. Fill it with water from the tap, light the gas burner, and listen to the soft click-click whoosh of the flame, asterisk, as it heats. You glance out the window. The path to the beach is still quiet. A dog trots along the shore, chasing invisible things in the wind. Asterisk, the sky is a soft blue, brushed with pale pink clouds like watercolor strokes. Asterisk, the kettle whistles gently, not loudly, almost as if it knows not to disturb the peace. Asterisk, you pour hot water over a tea bag in a chipped mug. Asterisk, the kind with a faded sailboat painted on the side. Asterisk, you add a spoonful of honey and stir slowly, watching the golden swirl dissolve into warmth. Outside, the town is beginning to stir. You hear the distant clang of a shopkeeper raising a shutter. The bakery's door swings open and someone sweeps the step. Asterisk, somewhere nearby. A screen door claps shut, followed by the muffled sound of slippers on a wooden porch. Asterisk, you sip your tea, savoring each moment. There's no rush. Today will be slow and wandering, just as it should be. Asterisk, after breakfast, you dress simply. Asterisk, A. Soft linen shirt and comfortable trousers. Asterisk, you slip your notebook into your bag. Tuck your camera inside too, and step outside into the sunlight. The breeze is gentle, brushing your cheeks like an old friend's hand. Asterisk, the scent of baking bread floats toward you from the bakery, and you follow it as if led by a string. The little shop with the red door is warm and fragrant. Asterisk, the woman behind the counter, the same one you saw yesterday, smiles brightly. Asterisk, morning, dear, she says in a voice like velvet. Asterisk, weave. Got warm rolls just out of the oven. Cinnamon and raisin, perfect with a touch of butter. Asterisk, you nod with a soft, yes, please. And she wraps too in wax paper. Asterisk, she hands you a small pat of butter wrapped in foil and adds, asterisk, take them to the bench by the dunes. Best spot in town for breakfast. Asterisk, you pay, thank her, and walk slowly toward the beach again. Asterisk, this time, the sun is higher, the sand brighter. You find the bench she mentioned, painted sea green and placed perfectly beneath a cluster of dune grass. Asterisk, you sit, unwrap the first roll and take a bite. Asterisk, it's warm and soft, just the right amount of sweet. Asterisk, the butter melts instantly, and for a moment you close your eyes. This is bliss. Children laugh nearby as they chase each other with kites. Asterisk, A. Man with a fishing rod stands knee-deep in the surf, patient and quiet as the waves lap around his boots. You open your notebook and begin to write. Asterisk, but you're not writing anything complicated. Asterisk, just the way the sand sparkles in the light, the way the gulls dive and cry, the way your fingers still smell faintly of cinnamon and sun. Asterisk, after a while, you wander. Asterisk, up the path, past the dunes, and along the edge of town. Asterisk, Willow Bay is small and charming in a way that can't be manufactured. Asterisk, the storefronts have hand-painted signs. Asterisk, porches are lined with potted geraniums and wooden rocking chairs. Asterisk, you pass the little record store again, the one tucked between two weathered shops. Asterisk, inside, the same jazz song is playing, a slow, smooth tune with a piano that meanders like a lazy stream. You push the door open, and the bell above jingles softly. Inside, it's cool and dim, the air filled with the soft crackle of vinyl. An old man behind the counter looks up and nods. Asterisk, looking for something in particular. He asks, his voice low and kind. You shake your head. Asterisk, just listening. He smiles, understands. That's the best kind of browsing. You walk slowly past the shelves. Records arranged alphabetically. Their covers faded, but full of personality. Asterisk, Ella Fitzgerald. Nat King Cole. The Andrews Sisters. Asterisk, you pause at a Sinatra album. The cover shows him smiling, cigarette in hand, like he knows a secret. You buy it, why not? The man behind the counter wraps it carefully in brown paper and string. As you leave, he calls out. Asterisk, sunset's the best time for listening. Windows open. Music low. Asterisk, you nod, smiling, and head back into the sunlight. The afternoon drifts by like a sailboat. You return to your cottage for a nap. Asterisk, the windows open, curtains drifting. The record sits, waiting on the table. You lie on the sofa with a book. Asterisk, not really reading, just letting the words wash over you like the tide. Asterisk, eventually. The book slips from your hand, and you drift into sleep. Asterisk, when you wake. The sun is beginning to lower again. Long shadows stretch across the wooden floor. You open your eyes slowly, feeling rested and light. You rise, stretch, and open the record. You place it on the small turntable in the corner, a little suitcase model, just right. The needle drops. And suddenly, you're somewhere else, in a jazz club, in a car with the windows down. In a dream, the music floats out the window and into the evening air. Asterisk, you begin to prepare a simple dinner. Asterisk, a loaf of fresh bread from the bakery, a few slices of cheese, a tomato from the little shop on the corner. You eat slowly on the porch as the music plays. The stars begin to blink above. One by one, asterisk, you think. Maybe you'll go down to the beach again, just to see the water under the moon. You grab a blanket, drape it over your shoulders, and take the familiar path once more. Asterisk this time. The beach is nearly empty. The sand glows pale under the starlight. The sea is silver and black, endlessly rolling. Asterisk, you find a spot to sit, wrapping the blanket around you. The waves whisper secrets to the shore, and you just listen. Asterisk, the moon is high now, casting a path of light across the water. You follow it with your eyes, far out. A boat drifts silently. Asterisk, its light flickers once, twice, and then is still. The night air is cool and soft. You lie back on the blanket, your head resting in the sand. Asterisk, the stars above shimmer like lanterns in the ceiling of the world. Asterisk, you name the constellations slowly, the ones you remember from long ago, Orion, Cassiopeia, the Big Dipper. Each star a memory, each wave a lullaby, and as your eyes begin to close again, you feel it, the perfect quiet, the stillness that only comes when the heart has nothing to chase. Asterisk, you rise slowly, walk barefoot back to the cottage, the sand still clinging to your toes. Back inside, you light a candle. The flame dances gently in the corner. You brush your teeth, wash your face, and slip once more into bed. Asterisk, outside. The sea keeps moving. Asterisk, inside. You are still. The record player spins softly. The last notes of a slow ballad fade into silence. You turn it off, and as you lie back, quilt up to your chest, you whisper a thank you to the sea, to the stars, to the silence. Asterisk, sleep takes you gently, like a tide pulling you into deeper dreams. Asterisk. The The morning light slips through the curtains like a soft sigh, gentle and unhurried. Asterisk, you wake slowly, your mind still floating between dream and memory. Asterisk, outside the window, a soft mist hugs the earth, wrapping the town in a hushed glow. Asterisk, the waves whisper in the distance, steady and eternal. There is no urgency here, no calendar reminders. Asterisk, just the peaceful rhythm of the sea and the gentle ticking of a vintage wall clock. You sit up and pull the quilt around your shoulders. The air smells of sea salt and old wood. Asterisk, you can hear the creak of the porch boards outside, the flutter of a bird's wings. Asterisk, in the kitchen, you start the kettle again. The same chipped mug waits by the window. Your favorite. Asterisk, you brew chamomile today, adding a splash of milk just the way you like it. Asterisk, a small note written long ago sits folded on the table. You pick it up and open it again. It's a letter from someone who once lived in this cottage. Asterisk, you found it tucked inside an old book the night you arrived. Asterisk, the handwriting is neat, a little faded. Asterisk, greater than this place heals, in ways you don't expect. Let it hold you. Let it slow you. The sea is a friend who never rushes you. Every breath here is a beginning. You smile softly. It feels like it was written for you. Asterisk, you fold it carefully and place it back inside the book. Asterisk, after breakfast, you decide to visit the small post office and write some letters of your own. Asterisk, you put on a light jacket, slip into your canvas shoes, and step into the misty morning. The town is just waking. A fisherman in boots walks past with a nod. Asterisk, the bell above the bakery jingles as a child skips out, holding a warm pastry in both hands. Asterisk, you walk slowly, savoring the feel of cobblestones beneath your feet. Asterisk, the post office is a narrow white building with a navy blue door. Asterisk, a brass plaque reads, Willow Bay Post, since 1893. Asterisk, inside, it smells like paper and rain. Asterisk, you purchase a few postcards, all hand-painted scenes of the local coast, soft watercolors of gulls, boats, and wildflowers. You sit at a little writing desk in the corner, the window open to the sea breeze. Asterisk, you begin to write, not about news or updates, but about feelings. Asterisk, about how it feels to wake to waves. Asterisk, to walk without a destination, to listen to music with your whole body. You don't even need to know who will receive them. Asterisk, some things are written more for yourself than anyone else. Asterisk, you sign the last one with a smile and hand them to the postmaster. Asterisk, a woman with kind eyes and a lilac sweater. Asterisk, she says, they'll fly on the wind now, and you believe her. Asterisk, from there, you wander again. Asterisk, you stop by a little shop that sells old books and scented candles. Asterisk, you browse through hardcovers with frayed corners and handwritten notes in the margins. Asterisk, you find a novel from 1947, a quiet story about two strangers meeting by the sea. Asterisk, perfect. Asterisk, you buy it, and a candle that smells like lavender and warm vanilla. Asterisk, the shopkeeper wraps them in brown paper and twine. She gives you a nod, as if you've chosen well. The breeze picks up as you leave the shop. Asterisk, you follow it northward, where the town thins into soft meadows. Asterisk, soon, the scent of lavender grows stronger. And then you see it, a wide open field painted purple and green. Lavender blooms stretch as far as the eye can see, swaying gently with the wind. You walk slowly along the edge of the field. Inhaling deeply, you find a flat stone at the top of a gentle hill and sit down. Asterisk from here, you can see the entire bay. Asterisk, the white curve of the sand, the scattered cottages, the lighthouse standing tall at the edge of the world. You close your eyes and feel the wind in your hair. It plays like music across your skin, across the lavender blossoms. You feel no rush to return. Here, time slows to the rhythm of breath, and the earth speaks in softness. Asterisk later, as the afternoon sun warms your shoulders, you begin the slow walk back toward town. Along the way, you pick a single sprig of lavender and tuck it behind your ear. A child waves at you from their front porch. You wave back, and the smile you share is quiet, real. Asterisk back at the cottage. The candle waits to be lit. You place it near the window and strike a match. The scent fills the room, calming and deep. You place the book beside your chair, but for now, you just sit. You pour yourself a glass of lemon water with ice and sip slowly. The record player hums again with a quiet tune, a piano rolling gently over your thoughts. You take out your journal and begin to write again. Asterisk, but this time, it's not words. Asterisk, you draw simple lines that curve like the coastline. A little sketch of the lavender field, a wave in motion. Asterisk, outside, the sun begins its descent once again. Asterisk, the light turns golden. The shadows long and gentle. Dinner is a bowl of warm soup with herbs from the garden. Behind the cottage, you eat it on the porch, wrapped in a soft sweater, watching as the sky turns to flame. The lighthouse blinks its first signal, asterisk, and you imagine someone far away seeing it. Asterisk, a boat captain, a night walker, someone else longing for home. You feel deeply calm, deeply safe as night falls. You tuck yourself into bed once more. The candle burns low on the windowsill. You place the lavender sprig beneath your pillow, asterisk, and as your eyes close, you think of the letters, the lavender, the hilltop view, and sleep, soft and full, finds you again. The morning sun rises softly over the sea. Asterisk, golden light filters through the sheer curtains and falls across the wooden floorboards. Asterisk, you stir gently, eyes still closed, the warmth of the quilt hugging you in a cocoon of calm. Asterisk, there's no alarm clock here. Asterisk, only the natural invitation of a new day, quiet, slow, unhurried. Asterisk, you stretch slowly, then swing your legs over the side of the bed, feet finding the cool wooden floor. Asterisk, outside, gulls call in the distance, and the sea rolls with its ever-comforting rhythm. Another day in Willow Bay. After washing up, you dress in a soft linen shirt and light trousers. Asterisk, the kettle whistles, and once again you find comfort in your favorite mug. Asterisk, this time it's a peppermint brew with a hint of honey. Asterisk, you sit by the open window, cradling the warmth, watching the fog roll in from the sea. Asterisk, today, you decide to explore the old lighthouse. You've seen its blinking light each night from the cottage, a steady, reassuring signal in the distance, like a heartbeat of the coast. You pack a small satchel, a flask of tea, a notepad, a pencil, and the 1947 book you found yesterday. Asterisk, then, you begin your walk. The path to the lighthouse hugs the cliffs on one side, endless fields of wildflowers, their heads swaying in the breeze. Asterisk, on the other, the majestic, never-ending ocean. The wind carries stories here, tales whispered by waves, carried by birds. Asterisk, As you approach the lighthouse, its presence grows larger, more personal. Asterisk, it's tall and weathered. The white paint slightly faded. Asterisk, its base surrounded by smooth stones and seagrass. A wooden sign hangs crooked by the door. Lighthouse tours. Ring bell if curious. You smile and ring the bell gently. Moments later, the door creaks open, revealing a tall, thin man in a dark wool sweater, his face lined but kind. His name is Thomas. Asterisk, welcome, he says. You're just in time for the morning climb. Asterisk inside. The lighthouse smells of old rope and salt air. Asterisk, you follow Thomas up the spiral staircase, each step echoing with history. Asterisk, he pauses occasionally to point out the original brass fittings, the handmade glass. Asterisk, the thick logs of visitors who've signed in over the past 50 years. Asterisk, at the very top. The room opens into glass, an almost panoramic view of the world below. Waves crash softly in the distance. Gulls soar beneath you. The town looks like a painted postcard. Asterisk, you sit on a little bench while Thomas tends to the lens. Asterisk, a magnificent, rotating mechanism of light and glass. Asterisk, its hum is rhythmic. Like a deep breath, Thomas speaks without turning. You know, when I first took this job, I thought it was just about the light. Asterisk, but really, it's about keeping watch. Asterisk, being the steady thing people can count on. Asterisk, whether they're at sea or just lost in their own lives. You nod, feeling the depth of his words. He tells you about the storm of '53, when the sea rose high and the light guided to fishing boats safely home. He tells you about his father, also a keeper. Asterisk, and about the way time folds in on itself. Out here, asterisk, a cycle of light, dark, tide, and return. Asterisk, you stay longer than expected, just listening, watching the ocean from the glass room above the world. Before you leave, Thomas gives you a small, hand-carved wooden whale. Asterisk, it's tradition, he says, for those who truly see the sea. Asterisk, back outside, the sun has grown brighter, the mist cleared. Asterisk, you take the long path back along the cliff, the wind tangling your hair, the lighthouse blinking behind you. Asterisk, you pause halfway, sitting on a smooth stone ledge. Asterisk, from your bag, you take out the notebook and begin to sketch the lighthouse. Then Thomas's gentle eyes, then the sea itself. You sip your tea slowly. Asterisk, then read a chapter from your 1947 novel, its pages fluttering in the breeze. Later that afternoon, you return to the village square, where a few locals have set up a weekend market. There are stalls with homemade jams, knitted scarves, paintings of the coastline. Asterisk, a small band plays mellow music under a tree, and people sway gently with their eyes closed. You buy a small jar of blackberry jam and an old vinyl record titled Songs of the Sea, 1952. The man who sells it says, asterisk, best played with rain on the windows and no shoes on your feet. You smile, already imagining the moment. As evening draws in, you head back to the cottage. Asterisk, the sun dips lower, casting long shadows across the path. Asterisk, you light the lavender candle again, then put on the new record. Asterisk, a rich, nostalgic voice begins to sing, and it feels like you've stepped into the past, not lost in time, but warmly held by it. Asterisk, you toast a slice of bread, spreading the blackberry jam thick. Each bite is both sweet and grounding. Afterward, you sit on the porch, wrapped in your blanket. Asterisk, watching the lighthouse blink in the distance. The same rhythm as last night. And you think about Thomas, asterisk, and the people before you, and how this place remembers everyone who's ever loved it. You head to bed with the carved wooden whale on the nightstand. Asterisk, its simple shape brings comfort. Asterisk, its story even more. Outside, the sea sings. Inside, peace settles like sand in a jar. You close your eyes and dream of waves. The final morning of your stay begins with the softest kind of silence, the kind that wraps itself around your heart like a gentle hug. Even the waves outside seem to move more slowly, as if they too are savoring the last few moments. You wake naturally, no rush, no plans, just a quiet sense of gratitude. The quilt is warm, asterisk. The room smells faintly of lavender and sea air. Asterisk, you stay in bed a little longer, eyes half open, watching the sunlight crawl gently across the wooden ceiling beams. Asterisk, eventually, you rise. The floor creaks under your feet, like an old friend whispering goodbye. You brew your tea, chamomile this time, asterisk, and carry your cup outside to the porch, where the breeze is cool and the world is waiting. Asterisk, from here, the sea glimmers like silver foil. Boats drift lazily on the horizon. You wrap yourself in the soft wool blanket and take a deep breath. Asterisk, the air smells of salt, pine, and sun-warmed earth. You spend the morning doing only what feels right. You sketch a bit more in your notebook. Asterisk, a pin, a feather, the lighthouse, again. You write a letter to yourself, a quiet reminder to take this piece with you, wherever you go. Asterisk, by midday, the village bell chimes once. Asterisk, it's Sunday, and the old chapel doors are open. You wander down the path and step inside. The walls are stone, the windows stained glass. Asterisk, a few people sit scattered in the pews. No sermon, no speech, just music. A young woman plays an antique piano. The notes are soft, thoughtful, like a lullaby. Asterisk, you sit in the back, eyes closed, asterisk, letting the sound settle. Deep in your chest it feels sacred, not because of the walls or the place, but because of the stillness inside you. When you leave the chapel, you walk toward the sea one last time. Asterisk, down the familiar path, past the field of yellow wildflowers, past the fence with the green ivy and rusted gate. The tide is out, revealing smooth stones, little tide pools, and broken shells. You slip off your shoes and step into the sand. It's cool and soft and welcoming. Asterisk, you walk slowly along the shoreline, letting the water kiss your feet. Asterisk, each step carries away another layer of noise, another tangle of thought. All that remains is the rhythm of your breath and the pull of the sea. Asterisk, farther down, you find the driftwood bench where you once watched the sunset. You sit again, just as you did before. This time, you don't bring anything. Asterisk, no book, no journal, no tea, just yourself. You look out at the horizon and think of all the people who've watched this same view. Asterisk, in 1950 or 1850 or yesterday. Asterisk, the sea is old, the sky is older. Asterisk, and yet here you are, alive in this exact moment. You close your eyes, let the breeze play with your hair, let the scent of the ocean fill your lungs. For a long time, there is only peace, timeless, gentle peace. When the sky begins to shift, toward dusk, you rise. Asterisk, you walk slowly back to the cottage, pausing to collect a few stones, one grey, one striped, one that's heart-shaped. Asterisk, back home, You place them on the nightstand beside the wooden whale. Asterisk, as twilight arrives, the world turns quiet again. The lighthouse blinks steadily in the distance. The sea hums low and soft like a lullaby. Asterisk, you light one last candle. Its scent is rose and rain. You open the record player and play your favorite track. Asterisk, the one with the humming sailor's voice and the soft strings. Asterisk, as the song plays, you sit by the window. You write your final journal entry. Greater than I came here to escape. Asterisk, and instead I remembered. I remembered what it feels like to breathe fully, to listen, to be still. This little cottage, this quiet bay. Asterisk, they gave me something I didn't even know I'd lost. Asterisk, and though I'll leave tomorrow, some part of me will stay curled in the waves. Asterisk, tucked in the breeze. Asterisk, and blinking in the light of that old, faithful lighthouse. You place your pen down gently, and now there's nothing more to do. The bed calls you like a soft whisper. You slip under the quilt, your body sinking deeply into the warmth and memory of these days. Outside, a light rain begins to fall. Asterisk, soft, soothing, steady. The sea sighs. The candle flickers one last time, then fades. And in this gentle darkness, your breath slows, your thoughts drift, and you fall softly, deeply, peacefully into sleep.